Hello everyone, I'm Iro. Today, it's just a continuation of yesterday. And I think I'll stream for like maybe 2 hours just to get more progress done. So, without further ado, let's get to it. And then someone's already here, I guess. Give me one moment. Okay. But anyway, so let me just do something really quick, come back to it, and let's get started. Let's see. So today I'm a little happy that I'm streaming at 9:30 as I promised, but honestly today as well I just felt not motivated to stream, but you know, it's always like that when you're after work and stuff like that. でも仕事から帰りで、もうなんか配信したくない気分だなと思ったんですけど、でも、しまった。でも作業しないとこのフィーは完成しないから頑張らないとですね。なんで頑張っていきます。I'll work my best to get this figure done because I do want to get it done by the 27th of Japan time. And how is everyone doing? 皆さん元気ですか？私はなんとなく生きてますよ。I'm surviving, but doing well. Hey, Infected Fries, good to see you again. So today is just nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just, doing this task again. And then if you see my fingers, it's a little bit, screwed up or damaged, mostly because I was doing a lot of magnetization today, as in magnetizing miniatures and, using lots of super glue. So what happened was that, there's an activator to instantly, cure the super glue. But I accidentally put super glue on my hand. I used the activator, and then, I was holding the mini like this, so then without realizing it, I had this entire super glue on my hand. So then when I tried to peel it off, it wouldn't come off. So when I did it, it peeled off my skin of the thumb. No, it peeled off my index finger skin to my thumbs. I was like, oh god, that's painful. It wasn't painful, but it was gruesome nonetheless. But how are you doing? It's good to see you. And today I'm going to try to finish the skin tone area. And as always, I'm going to apply it in few thin layers to build up the gradation effect. Honestly, today I thought I could just build and chill today, just build something and chill for a couple hours. But then I do have work tomorrow again, so and I do want to be productive and get this thing done. Get it done as soon as possible. そっか、一応ツイッターで Okay, give me one more. I forgot to. Maybe I should. I'm not quite sure. Pretty good currently building the RG crossbow. Nice. You sent me your Instagram account, right? So let me know. What do you call it? Yeah, do let me know how it turns out. I'll be excited to see it. And then. Let's see. 配信 Give me one moment, sorry. Currently streaming being Oops, not that one. Okay. Alright. Oh, probably done by tomorrow. Nice. I'll be waiting for it then. Okay. So then I just tweeted that I'm doing my stream right now. But let's see if anyone else shows up. Honestly though, I'm not quite sure if... I guess, chatting and, chatting with the viewers is nice. Oh yeah, I also got myself a capture device, for Nintendo Switch. It hopefully arrives tomorrow, but if it arrives tomorrow, I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'll be hanging out with my friends, or a singular friend. And I think on Saturday I might, do like a Smash Brothers streaming. I'd like a test as well because I always wanted to do like a game, like a Nintendo Switch stream, but I never had the capture device because those things cost a little bit. But I managed to get my paycheck, and I was wondering when to get it. I said, yeah, let's get it today. So I bought myself a capture device and I'm excited to play it. そして、まあこんな感じで今ぼちぼちと作業してます。And wow, the legs are getting really plump. Oh crap, I forgot to record. Vivi! Good evening, how are you? Give me one moment. So next up, I'm using Kiss of Flesh right here to apply a brighter color right now. Instead of the 50-50 mix, this is just pure Kiss of Flesh. And applying a very thin layer onto the thigh area, and it's making this area very plump. But how are you, Vivi? It's good to see you again. And honestly, I'm just, painting today as well. Mostly because I want to get this done before the anniversary stream of, this person in question. Ember! How are you? Good. And thanks for coming by during your break time too. Good to see you too. But yeah, right now I'm just, doing this model again. I'm trying to getting it done because I do want to get it done before, actually no, before that person has her anniversary stream. So then I could, she already knows I have this model. She already knows I'm painting it because she sometimes sees it too. But, I do want to get the entire thing done for her. I'm excited. But yeah, oh, and as for tomorrow, I won't be streaming because my friend will be coming over to my house to hang out. But I got myself a video capture device for Nintendo Switch, so I'm excited to, play some Nintendo Switch games on my capture device. Very excited. Very good. Yay. But yeah, it's just, painting and chilling today. So, I was really not feeling like streaming today because it's one of those things that after work you just do not feel motivated to do anything at all. Like, I just felt like just going to bed and, sleep. But, I have to be productive. I have to get this work done. Because, I have been grateful for that person, for a lot of things. So, getting it done won't hurt at all. ノエルさん、こんにちは。来てくれてありがとうございます。今、とある VTuber さんのファンアート、瑠璃カスタムと呼ばれるこちらの模型の、塗装を行ってます。こちらのね。で、ゆったり作業するような配信なので、あんまりなんかやることはないですけど、まあ、ゆっくり雑談しながら作業するって感じですね。で、ノエルさん、こんにちは。今、日本って、何でしたっけ？昼でしたっけ、今。でも来てくれてありがとうございます、本当に。今日本は、週末の昼だから来れるのかな。なぜかというと、あんまり、日本のリスナーこの時間に来れないですから。Let's see. Shinky, what's up? It's always good to see you too. How are you doing? And despite my bright voice, I am hella tired. Oh, but since you arrived, well, it's not related to you, but it's related to something about arriving. So a package from UK arrived, and it's the ship I bought for my RPG campaign. Oh, and let me just turn this off. 今は平日の2時半。あれ？金曜。ああ、そっか、まだ金曜。そっか、right, it's not, I'm such an idiot right now. Like, my, what do you call it, senses are all skewed. 私、てっきり今日日本、土曜日だと思ってました。それほど私も忙しいのかな。いや、どれでなんか静かなと思ったら、まあ、いつも通りか。But yeah, to continue where I left off, so a package from UK arrived, and it's my, spaceship, a miniature spaceship for my RPG campaign. So I looked at the miniature; it was kind of smaller than I expected. But then, but then the other ship that's pre-order right now, I'm excited to get that one because that one's legitimately huge. So I'm excited to get that package when it arrives, but it'll be a while since, it's still on pre-order, so the person hasn't, really, printed it yet. But once it prints out, he told me he will notify me, so then I'll buy it immediately. The ships weren't, cheap, but at the same time, it was very worth it. So I guess for my next stream, which will be on Monday, Pacific time zone, I'll do like a showcase of what kind of ship I got. And then just this, and what do you call it? Yeah, and just show off what those ships are. Pre-ordered, so yeah. It's on pre-order right now, so it's gonna be a while before it arrives, but I am very excited when it comes, so. And for some reason, hold on. Is this? Okay, I do have pallet twitch flesh. Okay, so that's that. And if anyone's curious what I'm doing right now, I'm just, applying a very thin layers of paint to build up a brighter color on top. And then during work today, I was magnetizing the crap out of everything. So, in Warhammer, like tabletop game, or even in tabletop game in general, you know how in like video games you have like several weapon options, right? Like from guns to melee weapons to like grenades and everything. So in tabletop game, once you glue on, you don't really have the luxury to like swap out weapons, because most of the time you have to glue it on. And unlike the Gunpla models, or like like a regular plastic models, there's not really like a peg like this to interchange between parts. So for miniature game, what they do is they would magnetize the part so that it's interchangeable between you could swap out the weapons to customize it for any battlefield situation. In turn, if you go to like tournaments or like an organized game event, then you can't do that. But that's what people do usually in like a regular hobby. So the reason why I mentioned that, so today I was gluing the crap out of like tons of minis today, like almost, I think I used like like 200 magnets, attaching and detaching a lot of parts. And then there's something. Yukimaru-san! こんにちは。いや、来てくる。いや、なんていうの、まさか来ると思いませんでした。こんばんは。私の時間ではこんばんはですけど、日本時間ではこんにちはですよね。こんにちは。そういえば、ゆきまるさんってコラボとかしますか？例えば、宇宙人狼のコラボとか。前々からコラボとか誘おうかなと思ったんですけど、いいのかな悪いのかなとか思っちゃって。で、なぜかというと、ちょっと近いうちにコラボの予定があるんですけど、まあ、もしも枠が空いたら、または今後ね、また、コラボする予定があるので、もしその時に誘ってもいいかなとか思っちゃって。まあ、そんな感じです。何のコラボいや、プラモデルもいいですし、宇宙人狼っていう、人狼ゲームがあるんですよね。パソコンで遊ぶやつ。で、そんなにスペックもいりませんし、Steam でSteam で購入できる、ゲームですね。だいたい、500円か600円の、私が購入した時には600円だったんですけど、まあ、600円で言っても、5ドルね。5ドルか6ドル。で、コラボするには結構楽しいゲームなので、もしも、誘おうとしたら、いいのかなとか思っちゃって。でもそれ以外にもコラボも、ありましたらやりましょうよ。ぜひとも。で、今、何をやってますかっていうと、ちょっと見えにくいですね。こちらの模型あるじゃないですか。人狼か、あんまりやったことない。いやいや、大丈夫ですよ。で、近いうちに、スイッチのキャブボ購入したので、それが届くんですよ。なので、スイッチでのゲームもいいですし、それとも雑談コラボでもいいですし。まあ、予定としてはちょっと忙しい、私の方も忙しいから、いろいろと考えなきゃダメですけどね。そして、ゆきまるさんも活動お疲れ様です。仕事中、私の深夜2、3時ぐらいに、放送してるのよく見かけますね。 でもさすがになんだろう、寝なきゃダメだから、私の場合。But yeah, where was I? Oh. Oh yeah, in terms of the super glue, so what happened was that, there's something called the activator where, even though it's super glue, instantly, connects the two parts together, sometimes, it peels off without really sticking to two parts. So then you would use this activator to instantly, harden up the, super glue. What happened was that, I was being a bit careless, so I accidentally poured a super glue all over my finger like this. I was holding the parts like this with my thumb, so you could already see that I already, stuck my finger like this. I used the activator. The activator glued my two fingers shut, and I tried to, peel off my fingers, but I couldn't, so then I had to, force it off, and I could see, my two, skins, stretching out. And then when I managed to, pull my fingers out, what do you call it? It peeled off the skin on my index finger, and I don't know. Right now, my index finger is full of super glues. A lot of the super glue cured on my hands, so I feel it has this weird solid sensation on my fingers. ちなみに私は毎日日本時間の2時からえっ何日本時間の2時からだいたい1時間くらい配信してます。こんな感じで。で、なぜかというと、積みプラっていう、まだ、作ってないプラモデルや塗ってないプラモデルが結構あるんですよね、私の家に。なので、それを減らすために、ちょっと仕事から帰ってきて疲れても、頑張って、配信でもしながら、作業しようかなっていう、目的でこうやって今やってます。でも、これ一応動画も撮ってるので、配信では何時間ですけど、後ほど、動画でまとめ、15分ぐらいでまとめたやつを上げるつもりです。もしもできたらね。と、まあ、そんな感じで、今、ぼちぼちとこうやって、フィギュアを塗装してます。お仕事お疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。それほど、ストレスな仕事じゃないんですよね。もうこれバラしちゃってもいいし、会社の方でも OK って言ってるので、こういうミニチュアを、作ったり塗ったりする、仕事なんですよね。だからそれほどストレスでもないですし、やりやすいったらやりやすいんですけど、ただ量が半端じゃなくて、それで、ディテールも全部細かいからちょっと疲れるところあるけど、でも、楽しいことは楽しいですね。でもやっぱり量が半端ないからちょっと、あの、何あの、ちょっとやる気がなくなるのは確か。だって今日だって磁石200個もつけたから、かなり、疲れたわ。でも、そう言いながらも、このフィギュアは勝手に塗らないので、頑張って塗っていきます。だって、今こうやって肌塗ってますけど、今日の予定としてはこの肌を塗り終えて、顔以外ね、顔以外の肌を塗り終えて、白い鎧の部分、違う、白い鎧じゃなくて、服装かな服装の部分をちょっと塗っていきたいなと思うんですよ。So my plan for today is to finish up the skin tone and then work on the clothes on the armor, on the figure. And that's because, the clothes are, underneath the armor. So if I were to paint the clothes first, it's easier for me to paint the armors later. 服が、鎧の上にあるので、もしも塗装するとしたら、先にこの着物を塗った方が、作業がしやすいので、この肌を塗り終えたら、肌を塗り終えたら服を作っていきます。塗っていきます。で、ちなみに、月曜日じゃないけど、水曜日にこちらのフィギュアを完成させました。こちら、危ない。こちらのユニコーンガンダムチタンフィニッシュ。かっこいいけど、やっぱりチタン製はゲートアートがものすごくひどい。So I was just explaining that, After I'm actually never mind. I keep repeating myself. Sorry guys, and let me just drink some water. Good. Okay. So then let's go into the palette witch flesh. Palette witch flesh もあんまりないな。仕事から持ってこよう。じゃあ私は秋葉原行ってくるね。イロさんビールと乾杯。行ってらっしゃい。ゆきむらさん、秋葉原で確かレトロゲーム買いに行くんでしたっけ？ゆっくり行ってらっしゃい。Okay, give me one moment. And then mix it a little bit with palette witch flesh. So right now I'm doing another highlight. What do you call it? 75% kiss of flesh, and then 25% palette witch flesh. 今日は仕事ですか？そうでしたか。じゃあゆっくりいってらっしゃい。Okay. So in the next step, I'll be using Kiss of Flesh mixed with Palette Witch Flesh, 75% Kiss of Flesh, 25% Palette Witch Flesh, to do a highlight on the skin tone. So now I'm going to be a little bit more selective, where I'll be painting more on the front side of the thighs, or where the light will hit, and then leave a little bit of the shadow underneath. So then I would want to thin down my, the paint a little bit more, and then I'll just focus on, where it's showing a lot more. So then I'll leave the insides a little bit, but then paint where the light hits in a brighter color. And then I'm painting in very thin layer so that the paint dries, and also there's very little brush mark on the model. And then of course don't forget the back thigh, the juicy part. Honestly, I won't lie, these models, they look, I'm not quite sure how they do it, but it looks very realistic in terms of how the legs are done. I'm gonna say something weird. So how there's this meme where this is a religion in the thigh area, where it's it's not just straight, but actually squeezes here a little bit, and then it comes out plump. Andrew, what's up? How are you? So today I'm doing a continuation of this project of painting this model, and then I'm adding more layers to the skin tone to increase the the brightness. So I guess I'll leave the the neck a little bit, but then I'll just paint here just to brighten up a little bit. But how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. And then I was just discussing about, a lot of things about work, about life in general. And then, I got myself a video capture device, for Nintendo Switch. So I'm excited to, stream some games well, I'm not going to stream games too much, because I do want to, do more of, this building side, since I do want to get rid of my backlog. But I'll be streaming Smash Brothers, and I might, invite people to, come join one-on-one, a fighting match with me on Smash Ultimate. I see some comments, so give me one moment. Let me just add this layer, and then let me look at the comments. Is it going to be an anime style paint? No. So it's not going to be anime style painted. Well, actually, yes and no. So the skins will be anime, the skin tones, and the eyes will be anime painted. But the rest of the the rest of the armors, clothes, and everything else will be painted in in my unique way. Basically, base coat, shade, edge highlight, and something like that to pop out the detail. And that's because I really don't have a really consistent style. So then I'll be doing that to I'll be doing that to just compensate for my lack of consistent skill in the field. But right now you could see that the skin is getting brighter, right? So then you could use this exact same method to paint it like an anime style for your figures. And I am well. How are you feeling? I am doing very tired. Well, that's the usual though, because I'm streaming after I come back from work. And then I have decided to stream from 9:30 till however I feel like it, because if I try to start at 9 o'clock, it doesn't feel like I have enough time to settle down and stuff like that. So then I will be streaming from 9:30 until streaming for 1 hour, and then if I feel like it, streaming for a little bit extra. And today I might be streaming. Let me just turn this off now because I don't need too much. And today I think I might stream for maybe 2 hours. It's not gonna be full of content, but then I do want to get a lot of progress done today because I'm not as sleepy. And either way, I found out yesterday that I will just go to bed around 12 o'clock, and then I do have good enough sleep, sleep for 7 hours and wake up at 7:30. So then I decided, what, if that's the case, I'll just stream for maybe 1 hour or two and get some done. So that's nice. So yeah. So for this one, it's a little bit special because it's for a VTuber. But then in the future, I do have a frame arm girls that's already built. So then I'm planning to hand paint that girl as well, in an anime color. So hopefully, if you don't have an airbrush but would like to hand paint your beautiful girl, then this technique will very much work for your models as well. If you're interested in painting your frame arm girls anyway. I know most people would like to just airbrush it, but some people don't really have that set up or luxury to do that. I was like that too, and the reason why I have airbrush and everything is because I'm an adult. I know where my space is, so then it's just a matter of me cleaning up my stuff and being responsible for a lot of equipment. But yeah, the effect is very subtle right now, but it's making the color a little bit brighter on the legs. So then now I did that. I'm gonna focus more on the insides and then focus more on the upper. Okay, and you can't see because of the picture. But right now what I'm doing is I'm doing gradation highlight, which is why I'm keep mixing few amount of brighter colors in the paint. So then as I'm painting the layers on top, the transition is a lot more smooth. So it feels like it's done by an airbrush, but at the same time, with an airbrush you really can't do something this precise. So it's a good way to do it with a brush to get some nice work done right here. And then, maybe some part here. Okay, so my plan for today is finish the skin tone on this body. And then, work on the clothes. Just pretty much base coat it in general. Base coat the clothes. And what else? Base coat the clothes. And if I manage to base coat the clothes, work on it, finish it up. And once I finish that up, I'll work on the armor. And, the fun stuff. I'm not excited to do the wings, but let's see. Because honestly, in terms of workload, there's not too much. But, I have to, but, at the same time, procrastination is my biggest enemy right now. Because if I don't finish this in time, then she won't then she won't get the surprise she deserves, and I'll be livid. So gotta work hard for the simping life. Simp hard or die hard. And then in here, I'm intentionally leaving the backside, unpainted because I do want to show there's a shadow in this region. And then if my transition is a little rough, then I'll go back with the previous paint and then make the color a little bit darker. But for now, this is what I'm going at. So then, and what's nice about the gradation highlight like this, adding a little bit brighter color on top, is that the transition is a lot more smoother, so then it feels like a natural lighting or like a blended highlight. And at the same time, it's not really recommended for doing batch painting or something like that. If you're doing in large quantities, because it's a little bit too much work. But let's see. I just want to recognize how talented you are. Thank you for setting this environment for all of us who are in plastic crack. Thank you, Hero. You know what? Addicts have to help each other out. But at the same time, what do you call it? I won't say I'm that talented yet, because if there's like a 10-star level of how good I am, I will say I'm at level 6 right now, because I'm and to the point of reaching level 7, because there's some people who are level 10, but I don't want to call myself that talented just yet. I want to say I'm talented when I win like the big national events or something like that, and that's not me being humble. That's just me, trying to admit my skill level, because, and the reason is what do you call it? I know people who's very full of themselves, and then I see those people, and I will like to think to myself, I don't want to be like those people. But at the same time, just recognizing where I am in my skill level, so then I don't be like an absolute ass about it. It happens. It happens in the community, and not the community, but just, hobby in general. And I do want to make this hobby a pleasant experience for everyone. Which is why I'm super happy that you guys are here too and showing off your models, because, it's not that occasion you get to see other people's work or some people who will show off your work. So that's why I'm always happy to see your guys' work on Instagram. So you kind of don't like people who are very much so, cocky without a skill to admit, to prove it. And my hobby in general is to get better at this hobby, and then try to knock them off from their throne. Like pretty much, if they ever brag about their skills, then my job is to dethrone them harsh. Oh crap, I forgot to record. Sorry, give me one moment. Alright. Next up, I'm using 50/50 Kiss of Flesh and Pallid Witch Flesh again, but in 50/50 mix now. And then I'm painting up the highlight in where the lights are hitting. Give me one moment, and then I'll continue the conversation. But yeah, it's a weird thing for me to say. Basically, I don't know, like, whenever I'm doing this hobby, you will see people, who will brag about their hobby, right? Like, brag about their skills. So then, it's a good thing, because, it's good that you're, showing your skills and hobby and stuff, but sometimes they go a little bit too far, saying that they're better than other people. That's what I don't like about, people doing. So then my job is to, one, help people, get better at the hobby if they want to, because, some people just like to enjoy it. And, and for me, I have to respect that as well. But two, my job is to make sure, those cocky people don't get too far, because it's usually those people that really make it a bad experience for other people. So my job as a hobbyist is to make sure that, those people know their place. As in, like, the hobby is meant to be enjoyable rather than competitive. So, and I do want to have this hobby spread out a little bit more so I could have more people to talk with. Let's see. So basically, people who brag about their skills is just like fighting it. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, what do you call it? It's meant for fun. So then when they try to brag a bit too much about, how they're better than other people, it kind of, makes it less fun for other people. And if they do, then, there is actual painting competition or model competition to prove it. So, what I like to do as a hobby, like a really messed up hobby, is just to, enter into this competition and hope to win. I've been successful so far, and I have made some people mad, but you know what? Just get better. But at the same time, I lost a couple times, not to those people, but someone much better than me, and that's where I learned how to be humble about this hobby too. Because no matter how good I think I am, there's always someone who's better. So then I do want to get better to reach that higher level. Because if you reach at a higher level, then you could do something cool, some cooler stuff with your work. And I wish to attain that level. So model competition are just like fighting games. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Some people get really salty about losing those competition. Like so much to the point that one, they actually argue with the judges, saying that their model kits are much, they keep. Okay. So I should tell you a story about this. So, what do you call it? In the Gunpla community in my area, had this one main one that where everyone went for Gunpla community. But the problem was this guy was very what do you call it? Not cocky, but basically very bossy in general. And then he acted like that because he bragged about himself being like the best modeler in the entire group. So what happened was, and what's even worse was that when he entered into this competition, he was using my friend's commission work. Basically, this guy hired my friend to do a commission for like this model, and then he entered that piece into the competition. So then we knew that was the case. So then we kind of not felt upset because my friend wasn't upset, but at the same time we saw through that bullshit. So we wanted to enter in the competition as well and do something better. But so basically, when that guy lost, he kind of threw his fit at the judges and threw the his he threw away his what do you call it entry into the trash bag. Or no, even better, not even better, but what happened was that when this other guy, when he lost, he went onto Facebook and demanded the judges to rejudge his piece because he said it wasn't fair. But the problem was what do you call it? He entered the same piece last year, So basically, the rule was you're not supposed to enter the same piece or like a entry from last year to this year, but he did exactly that. So when he was found out about that, he got kind of disqualified. But let's see. Oh geez, people like that suck. So he used work that wasn't his. Yeah, pretty much. So that happened. So then that's why at those model competitions, it doesn't really matter if it's your work or not, but that's why if you have a photo, like a photo album showing your work and proving it's yours, it's very, that's very helpful because at the same time, the judges will know how much work you've put into it and how much detail that is on the model that normally you can't see. And even this model, my background is just a physicist, but at the same time, I'm not good at physics. But what do you call it? I never built, sculpted models before, so this one, there's a lot of sculpting involved, and I could tell for sure that it's not the best sculpt I've ever done, and, I think I could have done better, but at the same time, I've never done sculpting before, so, for this one, I'll just say, I'll go with this since this is the limit. This is my limit right now, but in the future, I want to, get better at sculpting, so in the future, I might, build like a cute figurines in the future, because I won't lie, I do want to make my own cute figurines in the future, but for now I have to start out where everyone else is, basically not that good. Man, I've been talking for a while. But any hobby, even Smash Bros, video games, just anything in general, there's always a salty community. But that's why I do want to make this hobby much more pleasant, because I do want to, make people enjoy this hobby rather than hate it. And that's my job as a video. So then I try to, and that's the purpose of my videos too. So that I try to make my videos very short and simple, so that for people who's just starting out, they could easily follow through the video, and if they have questions, they can always ask me in the comments, and I usually answer them as soon as possible. And I do admit if I don't know anything, because then I would usually send those people to other people's channel, like a big channel, and then say, hey, there's this one if you don't know, and etc. Gotta help out the people out. And sorry if I'm saying something weird too. Like, it's so rare for me to talk about this subject to a lot of people. Mostly because I don't have a social life. The only social life I have is with my co-workers at the what do you call it? The office. Not the office, but the paint studio. Oh, wait, what do you call it? So in terms of like games and stuff like that, I'll be playing Among Us in the future. So what do you call it? I don't know why, but I've been into like so many Among Us collab with other people. But I'll be playing Among Us again in like maybe the 25th, 26th, and 27th with some new people and old people. Yeah, that sounds weird. So basically, some of the not old friends. Basically, some of the people I've played before and some new people. So that might happen on the 25th, 26th, and the 27th. And right now I'm still, finding more people to play with because there are a couple people who can only, stream or do an activity during lunchtime, like afternoon, like noon. So then I was trying to find people who could play at noon, but I don't know. It because during the noontime, most people are working, so it's really hard to find people who could play during the in the middle of the day. But well, it's in Japan time anyway. Because if it's my time, then yeah, no problem. It's like 9 o'clock here, so no problem there. But yeah, something like that. Okay, so then that's that. I could see that there's a better highlights on it. So then I'll just work on this. Let's see. Oh, for everyone who's here right now, I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'll be in a hangout with my real life friend tomorrow. And what do you call it? So February 14th was my birthday, and what do you call it? February 14th was my birthday, so we really couldn't hang out together on the 14th, so we decided to just, hang out on the 17th. No, not the 17th. During the 19th tomorrow. Yeah. So most likely, I don't know. I was thinking maybe invite my friends over to show him that I'm streaming, and that's because even though as virtual YouTubers you're supposed to be anonymous and everything like that, a lot of my friends know who I am as virtual YouTuber, but they almost at 100% don't give a crap. It's kind of sad, but amazing at the same time. I think they'll be interested once I reach monetization, but I think that's gonna be a while because what do you call it? I tend to not archive, but unlist my videos because I don't want to spam my channel with like lots of streaming. I do want to just keep it only for what do you call it, like video contests of me doing tutorials and how-tos. But and if you've seen my videos, they're like only at most 15 minutes long, but most of them are like what most of them are like 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. So then I did the math, and it's I need to have like maybe like 600,000 views on one of the videos to get monetized. So that's not gonna happen anytime soon. But let's see. No worries, man. Oh, thanks, Sinky. I will. He's a good friend of mine. He's a friend of mine that we used to work together at a hobby store. But it wasn't. But it was at such a minimum wage though. It was $8.25 per hour, like $8.25. But then it was still good because we got a sweet discounts on the models or the products we get. But at the same time, it didn't But at the same time, we don't spend all our money on models, and we do have to pay bills and stuff like that. So my friend moved out from that job to find a better job, and for me, it was the same situation. So I moved out from that job to work as a miniature painter for a company as well. Yeah, 825. So I was a college grad. Lost, confused, and had no idea what to do because I took physics. Well, I don't want to really talk about that story too much because even though I say that, it sounds I'm smart, but I'm not. I'm hella dumb. But so I took that as my major. But after I'm done with that, I was like, I never want to do any physics related stuff. So then I was quite lost because I didn't know what to do after that. I did have this passion of doing some painting, and I did have this passion of working at a an art store or something like that to do it. And I was considering going back to college again to get an art degree or what do you call it, like a teaching degree to teach the kids. But then if you know anything about the United States college, what do you call it, how expensive they are, then I wasn't really I didn't want to spend another like $100,000 going back to college and doing something that might not get that much money back in the future. So give me one moment. So next up, I did a 25% mix of Kiss of Flesh to 75% mix of Pilot Witch Flesh to do a very bright highlight on the the body. So as you can see here, I already did some highlight, and then the flesh, or it's getting much brighter. And then even though the transition is a little rough, that's okay. I'm going to smoothen it out with the previous color and apply it in a glaze-like consistency. So then now I'm just focusing on where the light's hitting, and then leave the inside, and just leave the insides alone. Okay. Oh, no art degrees. Yeah, so I have no art degree. I have no art background at all. The only art background I have was, I took, just one or two courses at college, drawing art, because I wanted to become an illustrator and, draw my own mangas or illustration. But, unfortunately, I don't have any artistic skill to, do that. If I practice a lot, then maybe yes. But unfortunately, I didn't practice too much. I only practice, painting like this. So unfortunately, I don't have any artistic skill to like draw and stuff like that. Which is why I'm super envious every time on Twitter or pretty much any social media I see like a drawing, because I'm like, damn, those look so good. I wish I could do like that. Paint like that, or draw like that. And I'm always amazed how people could draw something so good like that, because one day I do want to paint something myself or draw something like that too. I feel like everyone had a dream at one time to write a story. So what do you call it? I don't have the artistic skill as a an illustrator or like a comic book artist. So that's why I'm doing the tabletop RPG style format to present my story, because the only artistic talent I have is painting a miniature, like a painting model like this. So then using my model crafting skills and painter skills, I want to tell a story through a tabletop RPG style, like almost like a like Dungeons and D&D style of like storytelling. And honestly, I don't really know if it's gonna interest a lot of people, but I did what do you call it? But I did wanted to do it and just show to people like this is the story I imagine all the time. Okay. And then let me just turn it off. And so just, yeah, so that's what that's why 3D printing a lot of stuff right now for my RPG project, and it's gonna be called visitor. In Japanese, called 小さな世界からの来訪者, meaning a visitor from a tiny world, and originally it meant tiny world as in like the miniature world or like the like this kind of hobby world. But then I realized, wait, the story I come up with have the same meaning, like the same kind of, not the same meaning, but the story I have uses the same words to describe the setting as well. So I said, okay, then I'll name my story as A Visitor from a Tiny World, because that's exactly what's the story is pretty much. A visitor from a tiny world, goes around and do adventures. Whether is it gonna be wholesome and cute, adorable, and funny? Maybe, but is it gonna be gruesome, Lovecraftian, horror, etc.? Definitely. May you give us a synopsis, TPR? So basically, if you see my, so you see my avatar, right? Like this guy right here. So originally, so then it's gonna be a story based around him, and mind my wording and language, but the story will be about his race traveling through the stars, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but they're in search of something. So basically, they go to planets, space, solar system to solar system in search of something, but at the same time, as they travel along the space, they catalog and record and study everything in their path. So, and that's because what they fear the most is the unknown. So that's why they will go every time they do have faster than light speed travel to colonize the world if they want, but they refuse to do that because their intention is to understand their existence in the world, as well as finding something. But the problem is there's a hierarchy to their race, and if you're in the lower hierarchy, you're not allowed to understand what the secrets are. So let's see. Oh, I get it. Tiny world of Eero. So it says Eero, but then what do you call it? It's not going to be a story about me. It's going to be a story about my avatars basically. So basically the guys you see in the screen, like this guy right here. The problem is if I try to tell too much of a synopsis, it's going to spoil her a bit too much. So basically what's going to happen is that in the story, you're introduced with a character named Kuguth, which is the character right here, the avatar, and then you'll see them, explore, land on the world on their explorer ship. Basically, it's a spaceship that the sole purpose is to explore planets and research and everything. So they'll go to so they'll arrive on the planet and basically just catalog everything in their path, basically. But as they go along the way, they uncover some secrets on the planet, something that's been lost long, long ago, and then they're trying to understand, the mystery behind the world and etc. I don't know. I'm not good at giving synopsis. Sorry. But my plan is to, so because I can't really give you that synopsis, my plan is to it's like show don't tell, like show the story rather than telling what's gonna happen. So give me a moment until I get everything organized. Well, let's see. But if you have a specific question that you want to ask, and if I can answer it without giving any spoilers, then I'll try to answer it as possible. Because let's see. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I'm not really good at, explaining it on the spot. I usually need write my dialogue like a script, edit it, a week, and then explain it that way. Because I'm not usually good at explaining on the spot unless I practiced it a dozen times. In my mind, I practiced it a dozen times, but I haven't really discussed this with anyone in real life either. It's only you guys I'm telling this. I'm really excited because I've always wanted to, tell a story using figurines and miniatures. And then, what's even better is that, so even though I'm the one, writing the story and doing the tabletop RPG game, right? If you guys know anything about, tabletop RPG, is that you have the choice to, say yes or no, or, look through something, or, explore, right? So then, in this case, I'm going to let a coin toss and dice roll determine the choices of my character. So basically, I'll write like maybe 10 scenarios. And basically, if a character says yes or no, depending on their answer, their coin toss, there's like 10 scenarios or 10 or maybe more scenarios on each. And then I'll roll dice to see what kind of scenario random events will happen to those characters. So then depending on those random event, then I'll develop a story, according to that. And if it gets really random or something like that, then, the story goes into that direction. And it fits with whatever I'm trying to do because, I want to make it a story where I have no control of what's going to happen. If my character dies, his memory lives on. So basically, he can reincarnate, and he doesn't really reincarnate. So basically, you know how there's like a sci-fi story where a human achieves transferring the conscience to another body and live for eternity. So it's like that concept, except in reality, when you die, so if you look at this character, right, like this character I have right here, underneath the chest, you see there's like a seed, right, like the blue crystal thing. So that's known as the memory pod. So when this individual dies, the memory pod, if it's still intact, is retrieved and then planted again, so that this individual gets to live another life. So, but the problem is the memory. So the memory pod, it's called the memory pod because it stores the memory of that individual when until they're dead or passed over. But at the same time, even though it's the memory from the previous person, is when they are reborn again, they're not the same individual again. So it's something like that, and that's important because their job is to understand and record everything. So the theme is to move on, and is to move on, let pass on the memory, but then have the cycle continue, because that's their way of life, to let the cycle continue, the way of, not the cycle but the spiral continue, let the way of life of living and dying continue without making it stagnant. But and there's a reason why they believe in that too. But that's a whole lot of spoiler. I don't want to give it too much. But at the same time, maybe it's not much of a spoiler, or maybe it's not that important because I don't know. It depends on how I don't know. Like it's a story for myself, so I'm kind of excited to create that video or like a campaign soon. And I do have the models ready, so I'm good. Dawson, how are you? So right now, I was just discussing about my RPG campaign, what's awaiting in the future, but basically it's just going to be my own self project. And right now I'm working on this miniature, not a miniature, but like this project right now, because this person's anniversary, hit her 1500 subscriber anniversary is coming up, and I wanted to ready this piece for by then. But how are you, Dawson? Good to see you. Okay. So give me one moment. So now next up, I'll use Kislev Fresh right here, Kislev Flesh, and then apply a shading to the model. Basically what I'm going to do is, the transition is a little rough, so I'm going to apply this paint. Grab some glaze medium right here. Thin the paint a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the paint into the darkest region and then smoothen out the transition between the two colors. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this paint right here. Grab it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the paint into the darkest region to smoothen out the transition, and then you have to apply multiple thin coats to get the effect. Sorry, give me one moment to read your comment. How are you doing, Ira? Finally caught up for your stream hut. I'm doing fine, thanks. Thanks, Dawson. So I'm doing good, just a little tired after work, but that's usually the case. And the reason I'm streaming like this is because, I usually don't have, I do have time to, do some work after I got back from work, but at the same time, you know how people get tired after work and stuff like that, right? So to motivate myself, I decided to stream, if I can, like every day, just me, doing some work like this, and then, just paint and chill with everyone right now. But so good to see you, Dawson. Nice to have you here, and currently doing some work while you stream. Good luck to your work. And, it's not me, and I'm not doing much, during my stream either. I'm just, painting like this, and, stuff like that. And I guess I'm a little tired right now because I'm stuttering a lot. Sorry, guys. But tomorrow I won't be streaming because I'll be hanging out with my friend. And, we'll just be, like, chilling most of the time. Maybe I might stream, with my friend. But I'm kind of worried he might swear a lot. Nah, maybe it's good. Chill, build, and paint streams like these are good, man. Oh, really? Thank you. And the other reason why I'm, building and streaming like this is because I have a huge backlog and I do want to get rid of it soon. So, I thought I should be productive every day, if possible. And, build and paint every day and get my backlog, gone. Because my problem is that I don't just build or, and I do a lot of too much work on my builds actually, like in painting and stuff like that. So if I'm gonna do that, then might as well, just get it, get some work done at least at least an hour per day. So instead of piling up my backlog, I actually reduce the number slowly and surely. Let's see, Lama swears a lot. Hey, Shinky. Hey, good to see you guys, getting along with each other. Well, it's just that, my friend, that friend I'm gonna hang out with is I don't know how to say it without being sound racist, but it's black. So then, he likes to use the N-word a lot, and I'm just worried that I might use the N-word during the stream, and that's gonna cause so much backfire if I do. He did give me the N-word pass, but I've never used it once, and I refuse to use it. But yeah, so tomorrow, I also got myself, a video capture device for Nintendo Switch. So then I'm also excited to do a little bit of, like a Nintendo Switch stream where, play a Nintendo Switch game like Smash Bros. Or something like that, and, play with you guys. I've been meaning to do that, or more like in general, I've been meaning to, stream Smash Brothers as well. But at the same time, I thought maybe using a time I could, paint and be productive like this, but you know what, I guess I can make some small exceptions to my stream every now and then. Let's see, build my kit slowly too, like I do the head for today, do arms and chest the next day, SO. Oh yeah, so I can't do that anymore. Basically, let me just turn this off really quick. So what I do is that I build the entire thing on that day, and then build the entire thing on that day. Whenever I get a kit and start building it, unless I'm not doing any paint job. Yeah, if I'm not doing any paint job, I'll just build the entire thing on that day because I don't want to, spend too much time on the kit that I'm not gonna put too much work on. But at the same time, I do that where I just build one thing at a time for like a bigger projects like perfect grades, which I'm planning to do in the future. And what do you call it? So and also because of my work, what I do is I build the entire project in like a couple days, like not just one at a time, but like everything at once. So then I don't know. I just got into the habit of build everything on that spot one day or something like that. It's not a good idea. Like you do get burnt out really quick because just imagine like building a couple kits 8 hours per day, and then after you're done building, then you go straight to painting. Granted, you have break time, but at the same time you just have this quantity you have to deal with every single day. I guess it's not too bad because some people's work deal with a lot of numbers and paperwork, but I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad. But today what happened was that I was magnetizing a bunch of model kits today, and then the super glue got onto my finger. Itキュードーさん、こんにちは。カラオケ行くことなんでご挨拶。ちょっと待って、キュードーさん、行かないで、まだ行かないで。キュードーさん、ちょっと待って。あれちょっと待って。あったあった。ちょっと待って、行かないで。ちょっと待って、キュードーさんのためにこれ買いましたよ。Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh crap. Hold on. Okay.Sorry, it's my backlog tower that almost fell over. キュードさんのためにこれ買いましたよ。ガンダムアストレイブルーフェームセカンドエル。で、約束通り作りますよ、ちゃんと。はい、以上です。So let's see, I just finished the entire hobby of balance. I may do the wings tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's good.I mean, for the master grade, that's an exception because holy crap, that thing has a lot of parts to work with. そう、ブルーフレーム買いましたよ。なので、これが終わって、ファンアートもう一個終わったら、キュードさんのに取り掛かりますね。なので、お楽しみに。So what I explained there was that person, now let's see. That was, oh no sir, it's just the rear grade. But still though, the rear grades is a pain in the butt to work with. I mean, even this one, the Wing Gundam Endless Waltz series, I finished it in the build, I cleaned up, built it, everything in a day, but it took me like several hours, and by the time I was done, I was super exhausted.So yeah, do take your time with the, what do you call it, panel lining and build in general. Because, oh my goodness, that kit has lots of details. Let's see. Have you already finished painting the feather? So unfortunately I didn't, and that's because I had no idea what I was doing with those feathers anymore. So I decided to take a break from it and then work on the bodies, because I'm more familiar with how to paint the bodies and the skin tone rather than the mess I've done for the mess I had to deal with for the wings. So the wings are on hold right now, and I'm just gonna work on this body part first, because as you can see here, I'm my brush strokes are more confident, so then I could get more work done this way. So then once I'm done with the body, armor, and everything, then I'll work on the wings, hopefully do a good job on it, and then once I'm done with the wings, then I'll do the base, because this thing comes with its own base like a diorama, so I'm hoping to get that diorama finished as well. And that diorama, I haven't posted a picture before, but it's like in a skeleton state right now. Like I finished the frame and everything. So now for me, I just have to like paint it and do a lot of greenery, quote unquote, on it. Okay, and then let's see. And as I'm talking like that, I need to focus it just a little bit here, and then right. Okay. And then let's see. So what I'm doing right now is I'm, pulling the paint to the darkest region to blend in the colors right now. Because right now the transition is a little bit rough. Well, rough in my standard. It might be smooth to other people, but it's rough in my standard. So I'm, pulling the paint to the shadows. And then once I pull the paint into the shadows, I'll use like a darker color to, create a little bit more shadow to the region. And then re-highlight it as I go up. Okay, so then the shadows are good. So then I'm going to apply a next shadow to it. And once I'm done with that, I'll apply another shadow to the deeper region and then continue forth. So give me one moment, I see a comment. Let's see. Do you suggest compressed air for cleaning the eraser compressed air for cleaning the eraser markers? So the wings you painted are for that kit you're working on right now? Yes. So the wings I'm working on is for this one. And then what do you call it? You already finished painting. Do you suggest compressed air for cleaning the eraser markers? Wait, what does that mean? Compressed air for eraser markers? Like airbrushing the airbrushing the Gundam eraser marker for the thing. Oh, sorry, I'm a little confused there. Oh no, for the eraser marks. Oh, nah, you could just wipe it off with a brush. It should be good. I mean, what do you call it? Like, you're talking about once you drew in the line, you use an eraser to erase it, right? After you clean up your panel lines, after I cleaned up my panel lines, once you use an eraser or something like that, then yeah, you could just use a brush like this, or you could just blow it out with your, air as well. So yeah, you could do that, definitely. Because what do you call it? Because when the paint dries and once you rub it off, it's gonna be really hard to rub those off with your fingers. So then you could just still use your finger to wipe it off as well. And honestly, there's like multiple approaches to how you could remove those eraser marks or like panel lining in general. So then I always tell this to people, but whatever works for you, like whatever method worked out for you, then go with that style, because even if you were to listen to my advice, there's always your method that works out much better. So it's always good to try it out yourself and see if it works out or not. And then let's see. It feels real weird I'm painting the inner square like this, because I'm looking directly at the bottom right now. It feels lewd. But this is for art. Okay. So now I added the shade, and then what do you call it? Oh, I need to do the shading on this part too. So it's 10:43 right now. Okay. And then add a shading to here. Okay, I think I'll what do you call it? But I'm gonna take Andrew's advice right now that what do you call it? To prevent myself from burning out. Wait, is it Andrew who did it? No, I think it's someone else. Basically, someone suggested, not suggested, but someone said, he builds the head, shoulder, torso separately. So for me, I'm going to just work 2 hours and then end my stream because I shouldn't blitz my way through this when I'm tired. But yeah, I did say I'll build an entire thing and do a project at once as well, but that's yeah, I think I lied there. I'm tired. Everyone's tired. Yay! It's not a yay, but you understand, hopefully. So let's see, the arm will be like that. Okay. I'm not quite sure if my eyes is tired, but I can't really see I could see that, how bright and, transition is going on, but at the same time, like, it's hard for me to see it right now. Huh. Okay. So then I'm going to create this another mixture again of pallid witch flesh, majority pallid witch flesh, and then just a bit of Cadian flesh tone. Okay, actually just a little bit more Kislev flesh tone. Okay, that's too pinkish, so I'm gonna add, pallid witch flesh a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to Oh, good night, Andrew. ネリエさん、ヤッホー。そうそう、ネリエさん、こんにちは。まだいたら、教えますけど、ディスコードの方で、宇宙人狼の予定を、決めました。決めましたというよりも、予定みたいなのを作りました。なので、ネリエさんは昼の部27日に、入れました、昼に。なのでね、もしも、27日の昼大丈夫でしたら、配信できる時間を教えてくれると助かります。Right, so I was explaining to this individual that was talking to Japanese. So she's one of the collab member for the Among Us stream I'll be doing in the future. And then I was just explaining that, since I've decided the schedule, I would like her, to tell me what time would, best suit her. 27日のお昼ね、後でディスコード見ておき。はいはい。ただ27日のお昼なので、電助でも何もなく、ただ、何時から何時まで配信、参加できるかを、教えてくれたらいいなっていうメッセージを置いたので、なので、もし、後で、教えてくれると助かります。はい。まあ、そんな感じです。で、ネリーさん元気ですか？いつも配信に来てくれてありがとうございます。ネリエさんの配信もたまに見かけるんですけど、私の時間帯で朝の3時とかちょっと厳しい。まあね、コラボだったら大丈夫なんだけど、普通の日にはちょっと厳しい。で、配信はあと20分したら終わりって感じですかね。今日は、とある推してる VTuber さんの、ファンアートのフィギュアをいつも通り塗ってます。で、その人の、記念配信がちょっと近いので、それ用のファンアートを、パッと、 早くできたらいいなって願いながら、今こうやって一生懸命頑張ってます。日本のお昼からそっちの夜なのか。そうそうそう。今、日本は3時48分かな。今、私の時間帯ですと、10時48分なんですよ。なので、もうそろそろお眠の時間ですかね。で、今、配信もただこういう作業の配信ですけど、時間的にあまり余裕がないので、余裕がないというよりもちょっと疲れているので、できればこの配信の時間を利用して、作業できたらなっていう感じでやってます。私がお昼配信したいと海外には難しいんだ。いやいやいやいやいやいやいや。あの、なんだろう、アメリカの昼だと難しいですけど、オーストラリアとかドイツやイギリスならまだ全然大丈夫ですよ。で、私のスケジュール的にもお昼は会社で働いてますから、難しい、なんだろう、そんなに会社で働いてるから、もしも、配信見に行こうとしたら、ちょっと、支障が出るのでちょっとあまり見に行けないという状態ですね、残念ながら。だから寂しいですよ、ネリアさん。前みたいにもっと配信見に行って、ネリアさんの可愛い姿見たいですよ。で、そうそう、前々から言いたかったんですけど、新衣装おめでとうございます。そして、チャンネル登録者数も増えたかな。それもおめでとうございます。いや、いつもネリアさん頑張ってますから、ほんとすごいですよ。なのでね、これからも頑張ってください。そして、これからのコラボも楽しみましょうね。もしも他にコラボのアイディアがあったら、気軽に言ってくれれば私の方でまたいろいろと、予定とか立てますんで。で、ネリアさんも、お昼は予定が空いてるとして、いつも昼じゃないけど、夜は仕事してる感じですか？で、今私の目が悪いのがちょっと、I think my eyes are tired and I can't really see the details right now. Alright. 夜は仕事してるから配信してるからどっちがですね。でもネリアさんもあんまり無理しないでくださいね。私がネリアさんの配信見に行くとき、いつも頭痛起きてるかお腹壊してるか、ちょっと仕事で、うまくいかなかったツイートが目に見えるから、ガチで心配してる時があるんですよね、ネリアさんのことで。なので、ネリアさんもあんまり無理しないでくださいね、本当結構悲しむ人いるんですから、もしも、無理しちゃったら。私もその一人ですよ。うん。でもこうやってネリーさんが来てくれるの本当嬉しいですよ。なんでありがとうございます。私自身配信ではゆっくりする感じですけど、正直言うと私の力って動画勢ですから、週末は配信してない理由としたら、大体動画作ってる感じですね。 うん。ただ、こっちだと、日本だと金曜日だと、こっちの場合、まだ木曜日ですから、おかげで、私が金曜日に配信したら何日本だと土曜日になって、それでちょっと見に来る人が多くなって嬉しいですけど、土曜日は、さすがにね、そんな感じですよ。うん。で、もしもネリアさんのフィギュアもあったら塗ってみたいのかなって感じかな。ごめんなさい、私も、ああだこうだって言ってるけど、簡単に言ったら、配信を楽しんでます。そしてネリアさんのことが心配です。以上。I've discovered two VTubers from this channel now. Oh, congratulations! So, Sakuraba Neria, usually, she streams very frequently as well, and she's very cute. But at the same time, I think she knows a little bit of English. So, if you do go to her stream, say hi for. Well, no, don't say hi for me. Yeah, just have fun at her stream. And she usually does like a what do you call it? Not a Yeah, basically she plays a lot of Switch games. So then, if you want to play like Smash, not Smash, but like Mario Kart, or not Maj, yeah, Mahjong's not a what do you call it, a Switch game. But basically, if you want to play like games together, then she usually does those too. I sometimes go there to play some games of Mario Kart, but I usually get super reg. Like I don't practice Mario Kart, so whenever I go there, I usually get like last place most of the time. It's embarrassing, but at the same time, it's hella fun. Give me one moment. Okay, now I'm using Cadian Flesh Tone right here to not shade in, but glaze the shade into the recesses. So by doing this, I would emphasize the volume on the flesh and then kind of be done with it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to apply this glaze to the underside of this armpit as well. And then I'm going to be painting here in the thigh area to emphasize the shadow between the butt cheeks and the thighs. Oh, and then I should also paint it into this. Well, if that's the case, I should use the mid-tone color and then paint here instead. So then I would do that. Paint it in. To emphasize the plumpness of the legs. So let's do the same thing here. Painting is fun, but at the same time, I should head to bed soon because I still have work tomorrow. Damn it! I shouldn't talk about work during stream. Everyone's here to just enjoy the stream and just chill. And sometimes I just feel like I'm talking about the most random crap and that I might alienate my viewers. Gotta be careful. Okay, and then I'll use the darker tone right here to shade in oh, my eyes are tired, like I can't really see clearly. Like the light's reflecting off from the paint, so then I can't really see where I'm painting the shades right now. And it doesn't really help that I have all these cameras set up so that I can't really zoom in close to like paint in the details as well. But you know what? It's okay. Okay, and then okay, so then I guess so. Fortunately, I think I'm gonna be done with this. Okay, so then I'll end my stream once I feel satisfied with the skin tone. And once I'm satisfied with the skin tone, then yeah, I'll end my stream because I don't want to finish it half-assed. Just try to make it feel done. Okay. And then put the shadow in between the legs. Okay. Okay, and then do the armpit as well. And I guess I could add some highlights to the armpit area too. Like just underneath here. And not too much, just this. Okay. And not too much. And then I'll use the Cadian flesh tone again to pretty much darken down the color underneath. Okay. Okay. Okay, so then let's see. How do I see the overall look? Okay, then I'll apply a Cadian flesh tone. Not a Cadian flesh tone, but basically inside here as well. Okay, and then not to forget this part, I'll apply the, what do you call it? The shade color onto the underside of this part or so. So the arm is going to face this way. Okay, so then it's going to be right here. Okay. Okay. So let's see the overall look. Do I like it? Oh yeah, the camera just a weird. So let's see. So the leg feels plump. Do I like the transition? So then the transition is a little rough, so I'm going to smoothen it out a little bit. So let me just give me one moment. You know what? Just having a little bit of rough transition wouldn't hurt. Okay. So if that's the case, 次さん、こんばんは。何百、こんばんは、かなそうですよ。で、何を塗ってますか？ちょっと待ってくださいね。もうそろそろ配信終了しますけど、ちょっと待ってくださいね。OK。今ちょっととある方の記念配信があるんですよね。で、その人がガンプラのウィンガンダムが好きっていうので、その人のファンアートのプラモデルやってるんですよ、こちら。で、それの今塗ってる最中ですね。そうそう、それだけなんですけど、で、配信をもうそろそろ終わりにしますけど、綾野さん、なんだっけ、宇宙人論のコラボをやろうと思ってるんですけど、なんだろう、今月、来月、なんか、予定空いてますか？なぜかというと、前回は、 アンバーさんたちと一緒に遊んだんですけど、その時確か綾野さんと一緒に遊ぶ、全体議か、そうでしょ、そうでしょ、ありがとうございます。で、なんだろう、できれば、綾野さんとなんかコラボしたいなって考えてたんですよ。宇宙人狼でもいいですし、それから久々にヘイロー。で、私もなんだろう、一応 VTuber として活動してますから、設備をちょっと整えました。ちょっとっていうよりも、あの、マイクも新調して、で、雑音が入らないようにできるようなマイクとか。Alright, everyone. So, let's see. So, give me one moment. I just want to check something out really quick. で、うん。あった。この人のだから。OK。事情はなくていけなくなっちゃうんだよね。何でもいいですよ。前もって言ってくれば合わせられるけど。はい、はい、そうしまして、できれば、綾野さんと宇宙人の遊びたいですし、なんだろう、前回と同じメンバーと一緒に、綾野さん、今度は綾野さんも含めて遊びたいなと思うんですよ。なので、予定が空いてましたら、ぜひ遊びましょう。Okay, so give me one moment. I'm trying to figure out what to do for the next color scheme. で、なんだ Give me one moment. えーっと、うん、ピンク色の肌に、着物だから、ウシャティボンがいいんだよね。ちょっと待って、ウシャティボンじゃなくて、Screaming Skull. Okay, so then where's my Ushabti bone then? Ushabti bone's right here. ピンク色で桃っぽい感じだから、うん。どうしようかな、これ。後で考えよう。So yeah, I'm just kind of confused what to do for the color scheme, but that's for the next time. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll end my stream here. ヘロでも中1のでも I'm gonna see your Among Us collab soon, lol. Okay, yep, good to, yep, I'll do that in the future. But overall, I'm gonna end my stream here. 綾野さん、なんだろう、ツイッターが、DM で、また後ほど、コラボの話とかしません。今日はしませんけど、明日ぐらいに。で、コラボしましょう、絶対。ただ、ちょっと疲れてるから明日にしますけど。And also, thanks for watching, guys. I'll end my stream here. And hope to see you guys maybe Saturday. So, I do have Twitter. But you know what? Yeah. So if you, so I won't. Oh yeah, good night, guys. So I'm trying to think whether I should stream on Saturday. Um, I might because I do want to get this project done. So I might stream on Saturday, and if I do, it'll be around like 9:30, and then I'll have like a waiting room, for you guys if I do. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys hopefully Saturday. Good night, guys. Bye bye.